Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Knock at the Cabin. It's here. Knock at the Cabin is on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Universal, and comes in a standard slipcover edition available at your local and online retailers, as well as a Best Buy exclusive steelbook. Now, M. Night Shyamalan is certainly one of those directors that, at the very least, you could say he makes interesting films. Knock at the Cabin, which is of course based off of the book of the same name, is, I would say, definitely right up his wheelhouse. And in my opinion, I feel it's one of the better films from the director in the last few years. The entire cast is pretty solid in their roles, and I'm continuing to be impressed with Dave Bautista as an actor. The story is pretty unique, even though they make certain changes from the source material, and I think as a whole, it definitely works. The film moves at a pretty good pace story-wise, and I don't feel that it really overstays its welcome. I think the runtime is just where it needs to be. With that said, I can see why some people would say this is a one-and-done kind of film. For me personally, I don't think it would be in a constant rotation of all the titles that I watch in my library, but I could easily see this being a film that, if somebody was with me that had never watched it, I'd be more than happy to sit down and give it another view. It's that kind of movie. It's good. And the people that I've talked to that have seen it, they all seem to really enjoy it as well. So go into that with that kind of mindset, and I think you'll have a good time. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment. But first, let's do a quick unboxing. All right, we have the 4K slipcover edition of Knock at the Cabin. I much prefer the artwork on this one as opposed to the steelbook. Normally I collect the steels, but I like this one a little bit more. So now we have the back and the spine. And then interior. So yeah, overall pretty standard packaging. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Knock at the Cabin on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 2:3:9:1 aspect ratio. It was finished at a 4K digital intermediate, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, reportedly it was shot on film and finished at a 4K DI. The picture enjoys a great filmic presence. There are absolutely no source-related issues, and giving the viewer a modern but also cinematic experience. The film's palette tends to skew towards a warm, cozy style, which with Dolby Vision really brings out the wooded setting. Earthy tones are prominently featured with lush green of the trees, the golden rays of the sun, and the brown interior of the cabin. Occasional pops of more traditional primaries show through, such as the TV screen, which inexplicably gets perfect cable while phone service is out. I don't know about that one. And skin tones look natural, and whites have solid stability. Black levels are pretty deep and nicely rendered. Shadow detail is on point with no visible signs of crush. Details shine throughout the film. Close-ups, of which there are a lot, showcase nearly every available pore, stubble, and bead of sweat across the board. Textures from clothing, furniture, weaponry all have wonderful definition. The clarity in this image is very impressive, and I expect nothing less with the 2023 film. Knock at the Cabin on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio mix. If you've seen the movie, you know it's not going to have the most dynamic audio cues, but believe it or not, it really has some good presence all on its own despite the closed-in setting. A good portion of the film takes place within the cabin itself, with sporadic breaks outside or flashback sequences that contribute to a more well-rounded mix. In those instances, the surround environment employs a healthy bit of ambience with light support in the heights. When certain events in the film come to pass, however, things get a little more lively as audio cues travel freely across the room. Dialogue reproduction is clean and easy for the listener to hear. The fronts offer the support, and they do so very well. The low end is surprisingly punchy and robust, which may cause a loose object or two in the room to vibrate off a few feet. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Knock at the Cabin on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a solid A. The presentation is nicely refined and a visually pleasing experience. The warm palette has full, bold colors to offer, and it's nicely enhanced with Dolby Vision. This is an easy 4K to recommend for picture. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one an A as well. The film may not have the most aggressive on-screen activity during its runtime, but the Atmos is going to be a pleasing listen nonetheless. Whether activity is more contained or showy, it's one of those fun audio tracks that you will certainly appreciate. So that is my review of Knock at the Cabin on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section below. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about it. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.